I know, I'm super late. I get it, but I finally watched Shang-Chi and it was really good. It's been a long time since I've watched a Marvel movie that has let me have a genuinely fun time. The last time was like Endgame because I wasn't really a big fan of the Eternals and I didn't see Black Widow. So yeah, it's been a minute, but seriously, this movie is a fun time. Consistently throughout the movie, there was constant action and fun characters, and that is no joke. There's a lot of action in this movie, and the choreography is good as well, like way better than normal since Marvel kind of struggles with that, especially in the past. But here there were tons of flips and all this crazy stuff was happening. The movement seemed fluid. There were long shots so you could see all the action. Honestly, it was great. Even locations for the fights were good. And that brings me to the characters. I thought a very, very weird transition, but I thought Shang-Chi and Katy were actually really interesting and fun leads. I mean, do they do anything extraordinary or have some crazy depth or nuance to them? No, but they were fun to watch and I enjoyed watching them, unlike some other characters I know. I'm looking at you, Eternals. So, I'll be looking forward to seeing them again going forward in the MCU, and the diversity for this cast was actually really nice to see as well. I myself am not Asian, but I can definitely appreciate the representation this movie gives. It's kind of crazy how they just got an Asian superhero, like that's the main focus. I mean, stuff like that can go overlooked, and I mean, I know how important it is to see some characters that look like you. I mean, I certainly gravitate towards ones that look like me, so being without that luxury or having a select few characters to choose from might be hard, but I'm glad to see that changing. Now, the story itself isn't anything super special. I mean, it's pretty typical, but there is honestly nothing wrong with that. Shang-Chi basically has to travel to some place to stop the big bad while overcoming trials along the way. Super basic retelling of the story, but it's alright and it works well. And along the way, we got to see some really cool locations. We go from SF to this interesting underground fighting arena in China that kind of reminds me of the collector's shop from Guardians of the Galaxy, to this super mystical village. I mean, probably not going to show too many clips from these places just due to spoilers, but I think the locations shown were pretty cool. Especially the magical village, like it was so vibrant and colorful and it was just so entertaining to be there. I'm glad Marvel is adding some color to their projects because far too often do superhero movies just turn on this grayscale and desaturate everything. And this movie is a part of the MCU, so do expect the tie-ins and references because at least for me, they were almost a highlight for the movie. I'm not going to say too much, but I found them really cool. And I guess minor spoiler, but Abomination is back and actually comic accurate this time, which I think is great and had me gushing and excited while watching. Kind of embarrassing, but from what I've heard, it seems he's being reintroduced for the She-Hulk movie, so that could be interesting. And he even seems to be revamped with a new, more approachable personality. I mean, as approachable as a monster can have, and I'm glad he's just not some one-dimensional villain anymore either, so kinda excited to see where that goes. And I gotta say it, but the costume design for this movie was great. Same with the set design. I mean, some of these places and costumes were crazy beautiful. I don't really notice stuff like that all that much, but when I do notice it, I have to say it because wow. But other than that, I don't have much to say. This movie was really a fun time and I don't really have any issues with it. Sure, it can be a little stereotypical at times, but above all, it's simply just a good time. So if you haven't seen it already and are looking for something to watch, I say give this a shot. So I give Shang-Chi an 8 out of 10. It was a good time. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments of your own, make sure to leave them down below. Trust me, I read them. Also, sorry for the mispronunciation. I'm sure I butchered the name. I believe it's Shang-Chi, but I probably called it like Shang-Chi a bunch. So sorry about that. Please forgive me. Also, look at this graph. Okay, but as always, stay awesome, TooAwesome. Thanks for watching.